In this video lesson, we're going to take a quick walkthrough of the Audi Quattro lab using Stylus RMX. So I already have Stylus instantiated here in a stereo audio track. Stereo instrument track. All right. And here's Stylus, and you can see I'll click through the sound check screen. I've got core library, default. I'm going to select RMX grooves from there. And I'm going to select the Motion Century suite. And from that, I'll select just the top element, Motion Combo A. All right, now notice here, and this will be part of your grade for the lab, I've entered all that data here into the comments box on that Stylus track. I've already done it just to kind of get things moving here. So Stylus, core library, RMX grooves, core library, RMX grooves, number 58 Motion Century, right there, so that's the suite, and number 58 Motion Combo, that's the element within that combo. So the instrument, the library, the sub-library, the suite, and the element within that suite, all there in the Stylus track. Should Pro Tools plugin settings, for some reason or another, fail to write the all that data to the plugin settings folder, or the plugin settings file. Okay? All right, here we are. And let's go ahead and get started. So we've selected Motion Century Combo, and that MIDI file there then is loaded here into the drag and drop area. And so we'll just drag that into the beginning of the track right there. And if you can't drag and drop it right at the beginning, just drag it somewhere near there. Get your grabber tool. And there you go. All right. So let's take a look at this, and this will happen quite often with Stylus. You'll notice that the note data, the note trigger data here, let's solo. The note trigger data ends before the clip ends. So the clip itself is longer than the note data. Let's get rid of some of that dead space in the clip with our trimmer tool, and let's just trim it down right there to 2 bars. Which is the length of the note data there, okay? Now, if we want to keep using that clip, a couple things we can do. We can either option drag to make it copy, or I'll do Command-Z to undo that, Command-D to duplicate, all right? So if we want to add another sound, either from the Motion Century suite, another one of the elements, or we want to use another suite and another element within that suite, we'll have to create a second Stylus. Let's go ahead and do that, okay? So I'm going to close this. Go to my mix window, right-click, new track, stereo, instrument. There we go. I'll call it Stylus 2. There we go. Easiest way to bring Stylus in as a plugin here, I suggest just holding down the Option key and drag duplicating. And there we go. All right, let's quickly grab another Stylus or another suite out of there. Click there. There we go. And let's go ahead and grab Scuba Duba. And let's check Scuba Duba Combo. Okay, that should be significantly different enough from Motion Century that we can tell the difference. Let's just, to keep things moving, let's just take Scuba Duba Combo, the first one that comes up, and drag that right here. And again, we have that issue with the clip is longer than the amount of note data in there, so I'll drag that down to 2 bars, which is the length of the note data. And I can do a Command-D to duplicate that. Okay? So let's just get some editing things going back and forth between the 2 clips. Click that, close that. There we go there. All right. Each clip is 2 bars long, so I'll go ahead and let's go right there at measure 8 and do a Command-E to separate that clip or split that clip. And now I can drag duplicate just the second half of the clip. If I want to go ahead and mute the clip or say, you know what, let's have a little bit of silence, I'll just click here, Command-M mutes that clip. So let's just listen to that. So a little bit of a break from the music, not a bad thing. All right. let's go ahead here and I will drag, duplicate Motion Sentry right there. And let's go and do some experimentation with that. So Command right bracket to zoom that out. I'm going to change from clips to notes. Drag down there. And instead of muting a clip, I'm going to mute some notes. So I've got my speaker icon here, which helps me audition MIDI notes. And I'll just use my grabber tool. And let's click on a few notes and see what sounds they trigger. Let's say that here with this kick drum, I want to repeat that kick drum a couple of times. So here I've got the first 16th note of the measure, second, third, fourth. I'm just going to drag these down. And let's hear that. And let's drag these down here. And check that out. And I can mute these notes here just by drag and closing those. So I'll just, with the grabber tool, click, drag, and close, Command M to mute those. So now I'm using my mouse to change the notes. All right, so a number of there's kind of some basic editing techniques using the mute tool, or using muting notes or muting clips. So let's go back to Clips View and let's finish our work really quickly here. Okay, so Command left bracket to zoom out, and of course we'll just take Scuba Duba, drag, duplicate there, and I will just duplicate that a number of times. And we can finish with a little bit more Motion Sentry here, so we'll go ahead and drag that. Now remember, if we weren't trying to keep the video short, just so you guys can get the idea, I would be using a lot more instances of Stylus instead of just the two that I'm showing you. But we're just trying to keep it short so we can kind of cut to the chase here and get you guys going. All right, check that out. All right, and Scuba Duba one more time there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and shorten that up. Command right bracket. So right there we could end it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and drag across that and hit delete, and you can see that we've got some notes that didn't get deleted, so we'll need to go down to Notes View and go ahead and scroll down and grab those guys, and with the grabber tool, and just delete those. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea? Good. That's really all there is to it. Only other thing I might say is if you're not seeing your video window, just know that if you go to your Windows menu in Pro Tools, just make sure that video is checked right there so you can hide it or you can get it back up. Okay, so that's all we've got for now. I think you should be able to jump in and complete the lab, and I am certain that you will be able to be more creative and use Stylus a lot more than I will for your homework assignment. So, hope you have fun. Thanks.